Welcome, Pathfinders, back to the Find the Path Adventure Path playthrough path. I think I've done that one before.
Adventure path, actual path.
Actual play of the Mummy's Mask Adventure Path.
There you go.
We'll get it right one day, guys.
Like the last episode, Rick will nail the intro.
Yes, done. Ending it here. Doesn't get any better. We are on episode 16? 16 now?
Yes.
Heather is the keeper of the
16.
timeline.
Although apparently I misnumbered a couple episodes ago, but yes, really, episode 16.
Didn't you brag one episode about, I number each episode so I know which one we're on?
Apparently I can't count. We're on episode 16.
Good luck, future me. Anyway, yes, we're on episode 16.
The one with the cat swarm.
Yeah! Undead.
TBD.
The one with the undead cat swarm.
Yeah, it's starting out with the cat swarm, but there could be further horrors.
There could be something way worse than that. Who
All
knows?
that matters is the undead cat swarm.
So yeah, when last we left off, our heroes had made their way into the crypt of the House of Pentheru.
We fought a goo monster.
Yeah, you fought
a weird sticky monster.
An adherer. Which is a fun creature. If I recall correctly, it is like an old AD&D monster.
I'm going to bet it was the inspiration for one of the characters in Nightmare Before Christmas too, who's like constantly dripping with like goo stuff, and like Jack touches his head, and it like he can't get his handle.
I just think that
it might be.
Sagira needs to take improved grapple because she does that a whole lot.
So almost everyone got stuck to it.
Yeah, so fun adherer fight followed by a fun trap.
Oh yeah, that awful trap.
That awful trap.
Boo getting speared through multiple parts of her body.
Yeah, me too.
I'm down a few hit points.
I'm down 11.
Wow. Well, that'll make this encounter interesting.
Yeah, this encounter's going to be
But hey,
rough.
favorite enemy. And also they're tiny.
They then continued their exploration before reaching the...
We were close to what we think is the last room, and then undead cat swarm.
They found what looked to have been the unfinished crypt.
Yeah,
At the end of the hallway, there's only one direction to go, which is a set of stairs descending down. The party kind of spread out and looked around before Sudi, watching the party's back from the far side of the room, had noticed a number of intruding creatures.
I saw my
approaching.
kin.
Yes.
But then they weren't my kin, because they're definitely
your undead kin.
I have plans.
Talk him down, Sudi. Talk him down.
There is one thing that I was going to do before we begin on this, because it was the thing that I kept, for those of you who listened to the after party, I kept saying, I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting something.
What did you forget?
Back in episode 13? 13.
Which one's that?
13 was the episode with the beheaded.
Okay.
I think it was the one with all the sports metaphors.
Cricket.
Oh, the bad sports metaphors?
The bad sports metaphors. Yes. Well, I realized after I'd made that it should have been sports analogies. Anyway.
Too late now.
All of you had leveled up to 3rd level, which I didn't bring up during the after party, but you have leveled up to 3rd level. So I was going to do a quick round table and let everyone just kind of discuss what their new abilities are, even though that's been going on for like 3 episodes now, but we hadn't had really a chance. So everyone had reached, you guys are what, 3rd now?
Yeah.
Yes.
3rd level. 3rd level is a fun level. That's when you really start getting some fun things. So yeah, we'll start with Sagira here.
Nothing that exciting, actually. I took weapon focus Kopesh, and I got a favorite terrain, so now I'm really good at initiative and perception in urban settings.
In the urban environments.
Why do you sound so disappointed about that?
Because I want to be level 4 so I can have my kitty.
Oh, you're getting there.
Kitty.
I know a lot of people kind of diss on favorite terrain, but I've always thought it's kind of it's
really
a nice bonus.
helpful.
The initiative bonus is great.
Yeah.
The perception bonus is great. The I think you get a survival bonus to track in that terrain.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's cool, but it's no, like, kitty.
I was going to say, anytime I played a ranger, that was very helpful.
Our urban ranger continues to urban.
I'm not actually an urban ranger, though. I'm a skirmisher ranger.
Yeah, our quote urban ranger.
But I am from the city.
You're a ranger that is urban, but not an urban ranger.
Yeah,
It's like that. I'm a samurai by title, but I'm actually a fighter.
Mm-hmm. Don't label me.
Goodness.
So what do we get for Sudi?
So Sudi, first off, hit 3rd level, gets a key pool.
He's a magical cat now.
So yeah, my fists count as magical. As long as I have 1 point in that pool, I can also use one of those points to basically get an extra attack.
It was brought up a little bit against fight against Ilmanesh.
Yeah, because I've used one of my key points. And then for my feat, I took Iron Will. Which is, because it's funny enough, the monk actually has bad will saves, so that actually counterbalances
the Unchained Monk.
Because I'm Unchained, yeah. So it actually counterbalances it. So I actually have 5s all the way down my saves, which I think is nice.
That's pretty nice. All right. So what do we get from Sitra?
Sitra ended up with 2-weapon fighting, and also finesse training, which means I actually do damage, guys.
It's true.
Awesome.
You guys might have heard a significant peak in her damage over the last couple of episodes.
Yes. Not to
Unchained?
mention I went up a d6 in my sneak attack, so.
Yes.
2d6.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good level for you. And on yours?
Yours got second level spells.
Second level spells. Our only spellcaster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
Well, not necessarily.
You
No,
have
that's
a
true.
spell.
You have a spell.
I have a spell.
What spell do you have?
Read magic.
So useful.
Hey, no need to do a spellcraft check for scrolls.
And
mean,
then
okay.
I also took the Channel Force feat, which lets me use my channels to push or pull undead 5 feet per every 2d6 my channel does.
You can corral the kitties.
Actually, do you have any channels
And I don't
left?
have any channels.
You can't.
Oh.
Otherwise, you could wrangle them. You could be a cat wrangler, an undead cat wrangler.
All right.
And that is an aasimar specific feat. You have to be an aasimar to take that. So
Cool.
And as the
Fancy.
game master, I have gained the ability to throw more powerful enemies at them.
Yay!
all right, so
Like this cat swarm. So, let us begin.
Initiative. Oh, I'm so not ready.
So, a real quick recap
Sudi's
on
so
this
ready.
this chamber. You had found yourself in an unfinished crypt. An earthly scent fills this large chamber. The ceilings and walls are tiled with stone, but the ground is bare earth. Stone benches are set against the east and west walls, and torch holders are mounted in the corners and on either side of a wide doorway to the west. The beginnings of several shallow, rough passages have been started along the eastern wall and the southwestern corner, but the excavations are incomplete, ending in earth and rubble after only a few feet. At the south end of the room, a short, wide flight of steps descends to a set of stone double doors. And as described previously, there is a horrifying horde of undead cats charging at you.
So cute.
Our viewers at home cannot see this, but I put a little extra effort in this week.
Uh-oh. He's reaching for a sketchbook, everyone.
I am.
Oh, somebody did drawing while I was studying.
There were kitties. Kitties got sketches.
oh, it's
It's a map.
Oh, wow.
And I
Okay.
have produced a
That's like-
map.
That is a
I was
fancy
looking for
map.
the kitty sketch.
Yeah.
No, we were waiting on the kitty sketch.
Oh, you guys are...
Here, I'll take a picture.
Yeah, we'll post that up so you guys can see it. Maybe we'll save it and do it as like a giveaway or something.
I wanted a kitty sketch, Rick.
Well,
Is that the same compass?
I put a lot of effort into this and
It's
you guys
your
are
wedding.
all over it.
It's
that's
cute.
It's a nice
Our
map,
wedding.
but I thought you were gonna do like a
kitty sketch. Like
Oh.
we were all really excited.
It's a very nice map, guys.
It actually is a
It
really
is
nice
a
map.
really nice map.
It's even
I wondered
distinct.
why you weren't drawing on the battle mat. I'm like, apparently we're just gonna,
Gonna wing it.
yeah.
And the little compass on there is the stamp from my wedding invitations.
Oh, cool.
Well, you had a Pathfinder themed wedding, hence
Yeah, we
the
did.
compass.
It was pretty awesome.
I actually read a whole article about doing the map drawing and everything else before encounters, and it is bizarrely cathartic. Just
Well,
like
then keep it up.
drawing these like 1-inch squares and everything, and the hash design around the outside does make it a lot easier to tell that like that's an
That's,
outside
yeah,
wall.
that's a wall.
Not gonna lie, it kind of looks like those like pigeon spikes that keep them from landing.
A little bit.
They're horrifying.
Yeah,
Those
that's pretty
horrible
terrible.
undead pigeons down in the depths.
Yes. That's why you
All
need the
right.
cats.
Right? Yeah.
Cue up a little bit of Sirenscape here. I actually did have a question addressed to me, and in answer to your question, for the underground segments, I'm using the Catacombs of Wrath sound set from Rise of the Rune Lords. So, let's get initiative from the party, and also my guy,
Rolling sound.
Sagira Maibe.
4.
Wow.
I'm not my favorite terrain, guys.
Surprise.
Also, I was like, kitty!
As they pop out right next to you. Sudi Kontar.
19, which fits with the fact that I saw them first.
It's true.
You smelled them.
I do not have scent.
Citra Nahamra.
Citra only got 8.
8 for Citra. On yours.
16 for on yours.
All right. It is not round 1 of combat because it's the surprise attack round
Yep.
of combat. Sudi is the only one that is aware of the enemy. Turning over, there is a... How do they... Jim Groves has a great description here. The Ubashki swarm spills out of the cramped space like a waterfall of hairless feline bodies spreading out in advance of any trespassers.
Oh my.
They're the hairless cats.
Well, they're
Well, they're
bones.
mummified,
Yes,
so
they're mummified.
all their fur is gone. They're just... You can see that. We've got the little pawns out there. They're wearing cool little, like, amulets and things.
goodness. All
Sudi,
right.
you have first initiative.
I charge the swarm.
Very well. You take the charge action, barreling forward.
Yep. I charge the swarm and will...
Your feet sliding against the rough, loose earth.
I raise out a foot and do a dramatic kick at the swarm, trying to scatter the cats as much as I can. I get a 20.
A 20 will strike the Ubashki swarm.
Okay. I do 5 points of damage. That's bludgeoning.
With your jelly bean toes.
Is there
We
like a
compare
little?
jelly bean toes. Like, are you my friend? Do you have a jelly bean toe too?
I was gonna say, is there like an inner conflict going on here? It's like you don't want to actually kick the cat.
It's kind of that I don't want to kick the cats, but whenever I see their hollow dead eyes, I'm reminded that Pharasma hates undead.
Yeah,
And I use that to make myself feel better.
They're not fluffy little kitties. Like they're just wrapped mummy.
Sudi punts a single skeletal cat across the room as it shatters against the far wall.
Don't destroy all the skulls.
The other cats turn and mask. Which actually brings us to the Ubashki swarm.
Oh gosh, we're about to get cuddly.
Did he actually kill that one?
Well, this is
Well, they're a
swarm.
swarm, so...
Ah, kitties. Bass
So the cats pour over Sudi and Sitra. Does Sitra have combat reflexes? Or sorry, Sagira.
I was gonna say that. Citra.
Citra's on the other side of the ring.
Sagira does not yet have that, no.
Very well. So Sudi runs forward, slams them. The cats come pouring out, again, like a waterfall from the passage next to Sagira, running over her before she's fully aware of them. As I imagine Sitra and Onuris kind of turn back and go, oh god.
now, I do have combat
Oh,
reflexes.
by the way, Sudi, you could have made a knowledge religion check.
Oh, yeah, I should do that.
The art for these are like freaking adorable and horrifying. I love it.
All right, I get a 25 to identify what these are.
It's 20 G's. That's a really good roll for you.
Yes, it is.
Those are undead cats.
That was a perfect 20 for those keeping track at home.
With your 25, you'll be able to recognize this as an Ubashki swarm. Effectively, when a individual, usually an individual of great renown, dies and is buried, oftentimes they are buried with their household pets. Sometimes they'll also go around and scrounge up like alley cats from the surrounding streets and so on and so forth to also send into the next life with them. Sometimes these animals will be awakened, oftentimes if a tomb is either disturbed or if there are powerful necromantic energies in the surrounding area. This strangely seems to overwhelm the fact that cats are solitary predators and effectively makes them form to a swarm,
Weird.
Lovely.
like a horrible undead cat colony. You may actually ask 3 questions pertaining towards the Ubashki swarm.
Alrighty, special attacks.
Special attacks. They possess 2 special attacks. They possess distraction. They also possess a disease.
Oh.
Ugh.
The
Cat scratch fever?
The Ubashki fever. It's basically cat scratch fever. A creature affected by Ubashki fever develops unsightly splotches and sores all over its body that persist until the disease is cured. This often causes palsy shakes, a weakening, aka strength damage, as well as sometimes audible or other hallucinations caused by the fever. Wisdom damage.
My. That's horrible.
I could be totally cool not having more diseases, thanks.
Yeah.
You have 2 questions remaining.
So, special defenses.
They are swarms, and therefore they have the standard swarm traits. They cannot be targeted by single target spells, etc., etc. In addition, they are tiny-sized creatures, so they can be affected by weapons, although they do take half damage from weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You have 1 question remaining.
Let's go with special qualities.
They don't really have any special qualities other than just standard undead traits.
Your definition of adorable and mine are not lining up right now.
You should.
They do
know
possess
I'm a
dark
weirdo.
vision.
Yeah.
Dark vision.
It's like if we were an all dark vision party, just plunge them into darkness. Do I get an attack of opportunity with them
Yes.
going into my square? Yep. So I attack them once more with feeling. Apparently this is going to be a good day for me. So that's a 25.
25 will strike the Ubashki swarm.
That was a 19 for those keeping track at home. Huzzah! That is going to be 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. So Sudu's already managed a number on these things as they go pouring over them. Sadly,
I'm just doing that,
They
like
go
kicking
pouring
my
over
paw,
you.
like out, just like over and over and over rapidly to like tell
You
them to go
flipped
away.
onto your back and you're kicking your back legs.
Maybe. I'm using cat style.
Yes, that should be a thing.
so Sudi takes 5 points of damage.
Ow.
As they seem to be focusing primarily on you. Sagira, you would feel a horrible pain as one of them jumps up and grabs onto your leg like a startled cat.
Flippin' cat.
Dealing 1 point of damage to you as they dig in through your pant leg. I will need a fortitude save from both of you.
Oh boy.
Don't climb me. I
It's
get
just
a
climbing up.
20.
Sudi gets an 18.
All right. That will bring us to round 1 of combat, as the rest of the party is now aware of what's going on. Round 1 of combat, Sudi Kontar.
All right, so I'm going to take a 5-foot step out of this swarm and back towards Sitra.
Okay,
back towards Sitra.
Very well. So Sudi springs back.
And then I'm going to kick him again.
Sitra turning around with a what the heck look on her face, I imagine.
I'm basically just trying to disperse them by just continually kicking them, because that's getting them off of me as well as
do like a leg
scattering
sweep.
them. Yeah, kind of like a leg sweep, and there went my luck. That's going to be an 11.
You had to say you were having good luck.
I know I did.
So you go stumbling back, probably trying to fight them off and doing this sweep before you notice that one of them is still grabbed onto your back as you begin to spin around as it hisses, throwing you off your balance and bringing us to the swarm.
Join us.
Rough.
Yeah, it swarms over you.
Over me? Okay, well.
Does it unswarm me?
No.
So I will get my attack of opportunity. Yep, there went my luck. I burned it all in the beginning, guys. So that's an 8.
That's an 8.
That's
Very
not
well.
going to hit him.
So I suppose Sudi screams as the wave of cats go pouring over him, staring at you with their undead haunted eyes. This will be your fate.
Sudi's not happy.
3 points of damage for Sudi, only another 1 point of damage for Sagira, as there's just, the one tenacious one clawing at Sagira over there.
Sagira's used to dealing with cats.
It's the Sophie of the swarm.
There's just a bunch of cats at the temple. She's just like, stop.
Stop. You just grab it by the scruff of its undead neck.
Yes.
You'll both need to make a fortitude save, though.
I'm sure I've also had cat scratch fever before, or whatever they want to call it. 18.
16.
18 and 16. No. On Uris, there's a horde of undead cats behind you.
Uris would spin.
Use your shield.
That doesn't work.
They're not
They're a
vermin.
swarm.
They're not vermin.
He's also used his shield already, trying to use it against the Scarab Beetle swarm.
They don't have to be vermin.
No, they don't.
Oh, it just says swarms. That's
I
true.
thought it was against vermin only.
Yeah, okay, cool. But I've already used that for the day. Uris would whirl around, taking in this monstrosity.
With sparkles and like a Sailor Moon spin.
He does not do that. No.
Sagira may be hallucinating already. So magical.
And then
I've been exposed to so many diseases down here.
Uris will take a step forward, heft his Kopesh, and swing with a 14.
14? You would not strike. I suppose trying your best to avoid Sagira as she's still getting her feet underneath her, trying to grab at the cat clawing up her leg. Citra.
I will take a 5-foot step forward and
slides up shoulder to shoulder next to Sudi.
Yes, and she will raise her kukri and slash down at the undead cat thing in front of her.
Very well.
So, let's see how this goes. Yes! That would be a 26, which is a threat. I don't know
26
if I
will hit.
Swamp.
I can't
It will
critical
not
things.
critical.
Dang.
You do critical whatever cat you hit.
A single
but
cat.
A single cat is critically hit.
Single cat is critically hit. Whatever.
Yep.
Okay, well, I do 6 points of damage to said cat.
Still a vicious cut into the feline swarm.
Rolled a nat 20 on that.
They are still moving as they come charging over all of you. Bringing us finally around to Sagira.
It's me. Sagira's going to stumble out of the cat swarm.
Yep, shaking her leg viciously against the one still clinging to you.
And then she's going to do a little spin with her Kopesh and then strike down at this swarm with both of her weapons.
Very well. Dives in, 2 up and fighting.
Wow, that was the worst roll ever. So that's a 12.
12 will not strike your target. Isn't a natural 1, so it's not the worst roll ever.
And then a 14.
14 will also not strike your target.
Yeah, she's... Oh, wait. Those are both 16?
16 will.
Yeah! Because they're
both
undead.
16.
Yeah.
I forgot about my favorite enemy bonus, guys.
I was about to ask. Yes, 16 will
cool.
strike your target.
I
Sagira.
connect with my kukri then.
None of that ever happened.
Doing that same, weird punch strike thing that Sitra does.
Yeah.
I think that's how you're supposed to fight with
You're
them.
learning from Sitra.
I don't know.
Wow, okay. Minimum damage. So, 5. So, 2.
Very well.
I'm keeping an eye out for the one that hurts me the most during this, and that's the skull I'm going to take to make my amulet.
It's probably the one still clinging to your leg.
Why are you still on my leg? I'm gonna name
But
you.
she moved out of the square.
Sophie. You're
Monkey.
gonna name it Sophie.
No, I named that one Monkey.
From Sagira, we go back around up to the top to Sudi.
All
Sudi
right,
Kontar.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step to the side, putting the swarm between myself and Sitra, giving me some flanking bonuses,
I don't
because
know
I
if you can
clearly
flank a
now
swarm.
need them.
Can you flank us?
You cannot flank a swarm.
Dang it! Well, then I did that for no reason whatsoever other than to get out of cat swarm.
Well, you did break the line, so you won't be a one continuous line that they could swarm over entirely.
That's true.
It's probably just going to swarm over everyone else but you.
Great.
Have fun, everyone. Then I'll flurry of blows.
Good luck, everybody else.
Huzzah! Perfect 20.
Perfect 20 will hit.
Doesn't really give me anything. So,
Well, I mean, it
you
automatically
hit.
hits.
I mean, yeah, other than automatically
Critical
hits.
one single cat.
This cat can take 5 points of damage.
You smash your heel down onto this cat.
All right. And then Sudi gets low, like he's trying to like get his fist down, and he's like making himself larger, like a little bit.
Oh, he's doing the butt
Wider.
wiggle.
Fluffy. He's getting
Kinda,
fluff.
yeah, he's kind of fluffing
Turn
out
yourself
a little
sideways to the swarm.
bit. Yeah, turns sideways and kind of like gives him an eye, and strikes out again with a fist, and he misses because I got a 9.
Focus too much on looking cool.
No, it's because he starts
He's
doing
going-
the butt wiggle, and we all go, oh!
Too much squealing. It's distracting me from my very precise hiya, like batting punch.
I feel like you just open-handed, like you flailed them like a cat.
A
would,
little
like,
bit, yeah. There's a little bit of flailing, like, get away from me.
That will bring us around to the swarm, which is going to...
Swarm.
Sagira didn't do a lot to it. Sudi's been kind of bashing on it the whole time. You know what? They're going to swarm over everyone but Sagira.
Hey!
Aww.
Dang it.
So.
Bad word.
Son of a cat.
Which will provoke an attack of opportunity from Sudi, Onuris, and
That's
Sitra.
better.
All right, Sudi gets a 20. I assume that hits.
That will strike your target.
Okay. For 5 points of damage, this dice really likes to roll 2s on the d6.
Sitra got a
Also got a 20.
20 will also strike your target.
That will be 8 points of damage.
Very well. Still rolling. Onuris,
24.
24 will strike your target.
On yours does 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
That's where all like get away.
Sudi takes 4 points of damage. Sitra takes 4 points of damage. Onuris takes 4 points of damage. I will need a fortitude
Consistent.
save from the party.
This is gonna suck. Maybe it doesn't.
So Sudi gets a 17.
Citra also gets a 17.
17. Onuris,
On yours also gets a 17.
17.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
well,
oddly consistent. Go team. We all get damage the same. We all make the same saves.
from there we go to Onuris.
Onuris will take a step back out of the stupid swarm.
Onuris springs out of the swarm.
Alright, and he will raise his Kopesh and swing it down upon the undead kitties for a 15.
A 15 will strike your target.
Onuris does 5 points of damage.
Onuris shatters the last of the Ubashki swarm as the remaining undead cats hiss and then go scampering off into the shadows, crawling their way into the darkness and their burrows beyond.
The one that jumps off my leg, I definitely take its skull before it can run away.
Okay, the rest of him runs away, but you have the skull.
Okay.
Is it still like chomping at her?
It settles down after a minute.
Okay. I use handle animal.
You're just sitting here like stroking the top of its head, just being like, go to sleep.
This is monkey.
Go to sleep, little monkey.
So suppose all of you sit there covered in cat scratches and bites.
That was
Ugh.
thrilling.
Disgusting is what it was. Ugh.
I've got some div horns to make like a really thing, like for my cloak, and now I have like a really cool amulet.
I really hope you're planning on taking like some ranks in profession seamstress or...
Maybe. I mean, I currently have profession undertaker and profession black marketeer. I guess I could take a craft.
Sagira Maibe on the next season of Project Runway.
It's all like gothic chic.
For the adventurer in style.
Yes.
Experience for the
Oh, yeah.
horrible swarm.
Yes, you do, in fact, garner experience for defeating a challenge rating of 2, netting the party 150 XP.
Hey guys, we did not level up.
Yeah.
Oh, you got our
Bum, bum,
hopes
bum,
up.
bum.
That was a little mean. So, anybody else need healing other than
So much
Citra?
healing.
I have
Yes.
no channels and 1 spell left.
And we have nothing in the
I
med
have
kit.
18 hit points. So
I have 10 hit points.
I have
Oh,
14.
you beat me.
I am most hurt.
I don't think I have my. I already used my potion of cure light wounds. So
Oh, wait,
I would
wait,
just
hang
take
on.
it.
Do I have something on my
There is only one
Oh, I have two
potion
potions of
in the
cure.
med kit.
I have 2 potions of cure light wounds on me, so I could just take those.
I have 1 on me, and then there's 1 cure light wounds in the med kit.
Well, are we done? What's left? Is there
There's
anything left?
just the stairs down.
Well, we don't know what's beyond that,
Yeah.
though. So
Well, it's not a full flight of steps. It just descends down 4 feet.
it's weird.
So it seems to be a ceremonial step down.
and I think we saw like a room with a big sarcophagus beyond it or something.
No, there's just a sealed door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my cure light.
I'm also going to drink a cure light wounds.
I'm going to
potion
take the
and
one
hope
out of
it's
the med
enough.
kit.
All right, then Onuris has a potion, and I'm going to save that 1 spell.
Dang it, that wasn't very good either.
All right. Yeah, I heal for 8 on that potion, which was not too shabby.
I can make heal checks on everybody when we get out of here, so you heal more hit points over the course of the night.
Because I'm still pretty far
All right, I'm at like a little above half health, so not great.
I'm like 8 or 9 down. That's okay. Although in the morning, we may all be suffering. We've all caught how many diseases? I don't
We're
know.
all gonna look like the dead in the morning.
You know, I'm going to drink this other potion.
She's like, hold on, guys. I gotta have
Forget
some
about it.
drinks.
We need to take a short rest here while I just down this potion.
Some drinks.
Potion bottles are always like drawn like, huge and stuff, but I really feel like they're tiny, like
Shot
little
They're little
jello
shot glasses.
shots. So
Yeah.
you can
Little
just
5-hour energies.
Shots.
5
Shot
hour
shots.
energies, yes. All right, so that heals me for
because
6.
you have to be able to drink it like in 6 seconds.
But don't
you
they
know?
weigh like a pound?
No, it's 1/10 of a pound.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just always imagine those little vials that like fit on a baldric or something.
Those little
Yeah.
test tube type things.
Yeah.
Anywho,
You guys spend however much time it takes for Sudi to drink all of his potions.
So-
did we
like,
search this
12
room?
seconds. We were in
You
the
were
process
searching
of-
this room, and finishing searching this room, there is nothing in this chamber. It looks like it was just being constructed.
Just those
We
kitties.
should check that last doorway. Hopefully that will be the end of this.
Okay.
Onuris would glance over at Sitra.
What?
Traps.
Oh, yeah. Citra's had a hard day. Citra will step forward and gingerly start running her fingers, over it and inspecting it and hopefully finding anything
Running
that
a
might
hand
trigger.
over all of the little stone blocks, see if any of them have a little pressure.
You may make me a perception roll.
God dang
I believe in you. Does that help?
it. That would be 18.
18? Yeah, it looks clear.
Okay, well, I guess Sagira's gonna go then. And open the door. There's doors,
Onuris
right?
will stand a few feet back.
Making your way down,
Thanks for your faith.
Citra
Yes,
glancing it
faith only
over,
will help.
honestly, yeah, it looks clear. There's 2 depictions of what appears to be a Osiriani man on either side, facing back and forth across each other in what would be considered to be the traditional ancient Osirian hieroglyphs. There's a marker on this name, which are going to be assumed to be a name, although this also appears to be an ancient Osiriani.
What does it say?
Onuris looking it over.
Yes, Onuris will.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't read this.
This denotes this as the tomb of Pentheru the Younger.
Well, opening.
Pushing open the stone doors,
Wincing, waiting. Squinting their eyes.
I will need nothing. Yeah, it appears to be clear.
Sweet.
This door would open up into a decent-sized chamber. You'd say some 20 paces from left to right. Or sorry, some 20 feet from left to right, as a pace is actually 2 feet of distance.
What?
A pace is a measurement of distance, and 30 feet across. A stone sarcophagus rests atop a stone platform occupying the far end of this room. The lid of the sarcophagus bears the likeness of a man and is inlaid with gemstones and trimmed in gold. Ooh. 2 lacquered benches run parallel to the walls off towards your right and left, effectively between you and the platform. Hieroglyphs line the walls of this chamber, and stone torch holders are set in all 4 corners, although bearing no torches.
Do we want to pry this door open and then keep it open? Because remember last time we found a very nice sarcophagus? It didn't end well.
You can
Propping
put a
it
foot
open
in
may
it.
be a good idea.
Yes.
So Citra will pull them out of her pack and then hammer them into the grooves and everything to keep it from shutting.
All right. Search this room for traps, yeah? Because we stepped on a thing once and it filled with water, and we pulled on something once and a swarm of bugs came out.
It's been a very unpleasant
We got stabbed
few
with
days.
a bunch of spears.
Yes, Onuris will hang back, because last time when he approached the sarcophagus, it animated and tried to eat Sudi.
I'll help
Nearly
I'll
succeeded,
help
too.
Citra look for traps.
All right, so Sagira is going to be aiding Citra. Sudi?
I'm going to keep an eye out behind us and just make sure that door stays open.
Onuris will be standing in the doorway, waiting for the all clear.
I do aid you, Citra, in your checky check.
So if Citra will make me a perception roll.
Not bad. How many people aid me?
I do.
Just one?
Yeah.
Just one.
Just the one.
That would be a 25.
Searching the room, looking over the floor, it looks to be safe.
Okay.
Just with your experience with tombs, having gone to a number of places, doing restorations, and what you've seen previously here, this room is finished. The other rooms weren't. You're going to anticipate that they would have probably added more defenses other than the only trap that you encountered in the entirety of this place, which seems odd for a tomb. Except for the fact that they did not get the chance to actually add all of that.
Plague.
Then I guess I'm going to use my crowbar to gently open this sarcophagus.
Before she cracks it, I want to look at the hieroglyphs and anything else that might get damaged by opening it.
Well, you don't think the hieroglyphs will get damaged by opening it, but you can read the surrounding hieroglyphs if you so wish.
Yeah, well, sometimes, there's stuff over the seal, so just wanted to double check before she breaks it.
I find it a bit odd that this room is completely finished, but the previous one was still being added on to.
Well, this guy was really important to them. I mean, he has a statue outside. I don't know where the older is. That's kind of weird. But,
Well, the question also is, where's the rest of the family?
well, we can do some looking for secret doors in a second.
I
but
imagine that there's not really much more down here. They might not have had the money to have a personal crypt when Pentheru the Elder was alive. He may be buried somewhere else, and they began this construction, and
fair,
it
I
never
don't know.
finished because of the plague.
Well, I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
So, making your way about. But you would have the time to basically lean down, trace your fingers over it. It'd take you about 5 minutes to read all the hieroglyphs across the surrounding walls and kind of infer from it a story.
It's a story. Pentheru the Pentheru the Elder was elevated to nobility, and after his death, his son inherited his father's title and lands. They were apparently very prosperous land managers, and were known for the fairness which they treated their family, their slaves, and their servants.
So not the worst noble you've ever seen.
No.
Well, this is his crypt. They're not going to put mean stuff in here. I'm going to open the sarcophagus.
The hieroglyphs surrounding the sarcophagus call upon the gods to smile upon Pentheru the Younger and bless him with good and just life in the great beyond. And the usual curses upon anyone who disturbs his rest.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
This is always the worst part of it.
Sudi is as far away from us.
So, Sudi...
By the door. Is over by the door.
Very well. Sitra and Sagira are opening this. Onuris, I don't know if you're helping or...
Onuris will help, because just push it open enough so we can see what's inside. I don't want the top slab to fall over and...
Well, yeah.
I don't want to... The top slab is covered in, money. I'm not going to, throw it around.
Well, and it's also a matter of...
Respect.
Well, and not dropping this on yourselves, considering this slab is going to be hundreds of pounds. Yeah. So it's probably going to take all three of you to lift this.
Careful. Pivot.
Pivot.
There would be a hiss of air as you crack the seal on this, telling you that at the very least this tomb has not been disturbed. After that, you'd be able to slowly drag and slide this off to the side with a low groaning scrape of stone against stone as you pivot it off to the side.
And all the friends people are like, yes.
Nobody pull the fire alarm.
But I'm not Ross, so...
Inside, you would see the gold-bedecked visage of Pentheru the Younger's funerary mask. Atop his still mummified and seemingly peacefully sleeping body. A single mummified cat would lay atop his chest.
That's so sad.
And as you open this, the cat's mouth would pop open and would let out a horrifying...
Hey.
I will need a will save from the three of you that are staring down at this horrifying cat statue.
Is this a charm or
glad
compulsion?
I stayed
Is
with
it
This
fear?
is a fear effect.
Sweet.
This sucks.
I got 22.
It's a will save, right?
It is a will save.
Onuris gets a 23.
Citra got an 11.
No, you're going to run away.
Uh-oh.
Citra screams, being one of the most superstitious of the group anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Turning and bolting as she goes running down the steps and leaping past.
Onuris would turn and yell,
well-
Sudi, catch her.
Oh, boy.
Sudi, before you can act, she's actually out of this room, but you can make a charge to running tackle her
Catch
if you want.
her.
She is running
Yeah.
pell-mell straight for the door.
That's going to be my plan.
Because she gets out there, she might get attacked by something
That
worse.
centipede
That giant
There's so many things that could go wrong.
All right, so Sudi's charging.
Get her.
I appreciate the sheer number of grapple checks this party's made against each other.
Pounce!
Yes.
Pounce upon her, kitty man.
Channel my inner, panther.
Your butt wiggles and
Butt
you
wiggle
run.
and launch yourself. Come on, go.
I like that we
Goodness.
have made it canon that you
All right.
juggle.
So combat maneuver to grab her.
It is a combat maneuver
I
check to
assume we're
grab.
not going into combat.
No.
Okay. So, yeah.
Oh, don't make that face, Jordan.
I roll a nat 1.
So Sudi
So I get
goes
7.
running out. I don't know what about the Sagira and Onuris are planning on doing.
Onuris isn't going to leave Sagira in here to, like, mess this crap
Hey,
up.
excuse you. I know how to care for dead bodies.
So are you chasing after?
No.
Okay. So
Well, I'm going to
Sagira's-
chase
Oh,
after
we're
her.
splitting the party, guys.
Okay.
Because
So-
she can't get out of there because we have, like, crazy, like, gang people that might be trying to kill us and that haunt and a big old millipede thing.
Okay, once Sagira starts to run, Onuris will leave, too.
Okay. So Sagira goes running after.
Full on running.
All right. So Sagira goes running after. Sudi attempted his tackle, and Onuris begins pursuing afterwards, bringing us over towards Sitra. Sitra, your heart would hammer in your chest, and all you can think about was the desperate run from the tomb in your childhood.
Oh.
Carrying your brother free from a tomb somewhere far beneath the sands as you begin screaming your way back out, anticipating the horrors that can come from mummy's curses. Sitra goes running off, provoking an attack of opportunity from Sudi, who can attempt to grab her again.
I will attempt to grab her again. Hey. 13.
13?
Real lucky.
If the snort wasn't enough,
the good
no.
news is she can't outrun me because I have a 40-foot movement speed, so she's not going to outrun me.
So Sitra bolts, charging through the unfinished chamber, rushing past into the preparation room and beginning to run full up the stairs towards where you fought the adherer. She's going to be out of this crypt in a matter of probably the next 6 seconds.
Oh.
Bringing us around to Sudi.
I run after her and try to tackle her again.
Very well. Since she double moved, you would also have to double move. You can get within reach so you can make an attack of opportunity, but you aren't going to be able to tackle her.
Unfortunate. Yes. Okay, then I'll do that.
Very well. Sagira is then pursuing afterwards. What is your movement speed?
30. Can I full on run into her?
No, because you can't
You can't make a
initiate the
straight
run
line.
action because
Yeah.
you can't get in a straight line. You're having to round all these corners. You can keep pace with her. You're about 30 feet behind her because she effectively got a surprise attack round when she ran.
I'm also going to yell, if you get out there and get us into that fight, I'm going to kill you.
Citra hears nothing but
Yeah, I know.
screams
I
from
don't know.
behind her and that horrible cat sound, not willing to look behind her at the things now probably chasing her.
At the cat chasing her.
I'm not a cat.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, dang it. Black like the night.
And all you can see in the shadows is these like little lamprous green eyes.
Do you have a whole person?
No, I do not have a whole person.
I'm really probably not helping, but I'm trying.
Onuris, who, are you wearing medium armor?
Yes.
Yeah.
My movement speed is 20 feet. I'm not going to
Yeah,
be able
so
to
you're
catch
just
you
falling
guys.
behind as you're trying to chase after her, pelting up the stairs. Bringing us to Sitra, who takes off running still,
I'll get another save.
leaping over, or trying to leap past Sudi, who gets another attack of opportunity, the
All
final
right.
one before she gets
Come
out
on.
of this crypt.
Come on, that may play. All right, 23.
Yeah, that one'll work.
Hey!
So you would tackle her, bearing her down on top of the
Sticky stuff.
the slab where the creature was sleeping before,
Oh,
in the
it's sticky.
shrine of
It is sticky.
Pharasma.
Man, you just got dirty again.
Well, that's
Yep.
what you get for running.
Citra would let out, I imagine, probably a pretty terrified scream, reaching for her dagger and beginning to bear it around on Sudi. Before you'd come to the realization that this is Sudi. You aren't in the desert, this isn't on.
And I will immediately drop my kukri.
Oh, it's about time. Oh,
So
you all right?
I think so.
There would be the clunk, clunk, clunk of Onuris running up with Sagira reaching the top of the stairs. Light would shine down from the open entryway to the tomb, which you guys hammered open, that would have led you straight out into courtyard and feasibly the
It was
horrible
one of
monster
those
you
times
left
where
behind.
actually like prying open and you know pitting open all the doors worked to our disadvantage.
Are you all right?
I think so. I feel a little gross now, but I think I'm fine.
So let me guess, there's some kind of cat inside of there?
It's just a scary, like, ha-ha kind of a thing.
Weird.
It obviously had some sort of magic. Was an irrational response.
I'm not typically afraid of cats.
I'm just getting
That's
to
good
know
to
you.
know.
I don't know.
I'm just horrified of opening crypts.
This is not my first crypt opening.
Do you want to stay up here?
I think I'll stay by the doorway. The rest of you can
I
go
think
in.
you will certainly not stay by the doorway because you ran really fast.
But I wasn't afraid. It just sounded like a noise to me.
Okay.
You didn't physically see it, so you don't know if seeing it was part of it more than the noise.
Yeah, because if you run again, you're going to run into our friend in the swimming pool. And, we can close the front door. Would that be helpful?
I mean, it would slow me down if it happened again.
We could tie a rope to you.
Getting it back open will be difficult, but...
Just come back down with us and don't enter the room. Sudi, just hold on to her arm or something.
Okay.
Cuddle.
So nobody else was terrified by
I
that?
mean, it was creepy, but...
I just heard a sound. Sounded like a cat hissing. That's it.
I kind of thought it was going to be a cat, but then it didn't chase us or anything, so...
That says you.
Onuris will have his co-push at the ready when we enter that room again in case the cat is going to eat our faces.
Indeed.
We find out the cat's been stalking behind us.
Mechanically speaking, the two of you that Depasher say were actually shaken for a round.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
I
we
mean,
were
it was
unnerved,
terrifying, but...
yeah, it was weird. It was creeps.
But we'll head back down.
Descending back down, you could make your way back into Pentheru's tomb.
Sitra and Sudi are snuggling.
Sitra trying to repress all the bad memories this brings back up as you would watch them make their way forward.
I assume she's pacing.
Every time you move, Sagira glances back at you to make sure you're not running again.
I'm not running. I'm calming down.
You could look for secret doors.
You know, that's actually a good idea. Citra will start searching the room for secret.
That way you're in the walls. You're not next to the coffin.
I'm going to glance back in the sarcophagus.
Me too.
Very well. Sudi, what are you wanting to do?
I'm escorting Sitra.
You want to aid another on our perception check?
Yes, I will.
Very well.
Let me see if I aid.
So let's get a perception check from Sitra. And let's go ahead and get an appraise check from Onuris and Sagira.
Can I make a profession curator check on the mask?
On the mask as well as one of the other items in there, yes.
I get a 20 on my praise.
27 for the mask.
All right.
And profession curator.
All right. And what does Citra get for perception check?
Citra gets a 27 to search the room.
Okay. Looking inside of the sarcophagus, you would first off find this mummified cat sweeping the sarcophagus with detect magic, as I imagine Onuris is wont to do. There's only one magical item in the sarcophagus, which is the cat. It seems to still be magical. You may make a spellcraft check to attempt to identify it.
19?
A 19 will succeed. This is a mummified guardian. This mummified house cat, dried, filled with sand, and bound in fine wrappings, appears to be nothing more than a family pet buried alongside its deceased master. However, it is far more than a mere pet. A mummified guardian protects and preserves the corpse it's interred with, and acts as a guardian against grave robbers and looters, potentially driving such trespassers towards more dangerous defenders or traps. When placed inside of a sarcophagus or coffin alongside a dead body and activated, a mummified guardian also infuses the corpse with positive energy, preventing the body from being turned into an undead creature as the Sanctified Corpse spell. In addition, the Mummified Guardian also creates a magical ward around the sarcophagus containing it. If the sarcophagus is open after the Mummified Guardian is placed inside, any creature with 5 hit die or fewer within 20 feet of the sarcophagus, Sudi was just outside of the range, must succeed at a will save or be frightened for 3 rounds. On a successful save, a creature is instead shaken for 1 round. This ability functions only once. Once triggered, the Mummified Guardian retains only its Sanctified Corpse ability, which actually reduces the price of the object. If the sarcophagus containing the Mummified Guardian is placed in an area or room with multiple passive egress, the owner may actually designate one general direction an affected target must take if it flees, as long as this chosen direction does not require the target to move any closer to the Mummified Guardian. After moving in the designated direction for 1 round, the target behaves as normal for the frightened condition for the remainder of the effect's duration. A mummified guardian must be placed inside a sarcophagus, coffin, or other enclosed container with a dead body to function. Although cats are most common, mummified guardians can be created from the mummified remains of other small animals as well.
That's cool.
You would know that it's worth 3,000 gold.
Wow.
All right.
And what about the mask?
The funerary mask is in fine condition. You would be able to confer with Sagira. Sagira, you know that this golden funerary mask is going to be worth about 150 gold pieces as an art piece. And the gold and turquoise scarab pendant that he's wearing is worth 50 gold as well.
Fancy.
All right, we'll take those 2 items and the cat and then close the sarcophagus.
I will allow the party to make a intelligence check.
Oh, gosh. I get an 11 for Sagira.
Sudi gets an 18.
Onuris gets a 14.
5.
Sudi, you would remember Onuris' mention from before pertaining towards the temple. This would probably be basically what they would want. The hieroglyphs in this room explain the history of the family here, which is really what the temple was wanting reported back to them for the quote-unquote bonuses that they were offering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, write it down.
It would take you about an hour to transcribe all of the hieroglyphs in this room. Okay. And so if you guys have pen and paper.
I think that's Sitra, right?
Onuris has a journal, too. So
Sitra does as well.
I do, but it's a ledger.
And then, once we're done with all of that, Onuris will say prayers to the old gods and Pharasma over the sarcophagus.
Sudi also prays to Pharasma because you said this was a sanctified corpse, so it's actually not decayed.
It is decayed. It is not
It just
under
can't
gentle
be
repose, but it is protected by
okay.
positive energy, so it cannot be turned into undead.
Okay.
It's a common thing that the Church of Pharasma does as well.
Okay. Well, I do the funerary prayers to basically say, hey, you're okay. You don't need this thing anymore.
As this wouldn't probably be pertinent to Onuris, but I'll go ahead and mention it for Sagira. If you pried free all of the stones, as well as scraped off all of the gold on this sarcophagus, it would get you about 50 gold.
I just want to pry out the stones.
No.
Why not?
It's desecrating the sarcophagus.
You took his mask off his face. How's this worse?
Yes, but that didn't damage the body or
This
the
would be
sarcophagus.
damaging the sarcophagus.
What were the exact rules?
No desecration.
Desecration of...
The tombs.
The tomb.
No, I don't think 50 gold is worth it.
I don't think it's worth it.
I just need 2 gems.
The exact rules that you were given that would probably pertain towards this is that every slave's hut is a memorial. Every structure within the necropolis is a testament to the people who lived and died in the cities. Explorers must not desecrate or vandalize standing structures and tombs, but preserve them as the memorials they are intended to be. Some structures may be trapped or decrepit, but willfully and unnecessary destruction will not be tolerated.
Okay.
But I figured for your character, you would probably appraise the value of the gemstones in the
Well,
gold
I need
on
2
this.
gemstones for my amulet, but I guess I can find them somewhere else.
Didn't you keep the eyes from the...
I don't have them written down. I don't know.
I thought you did.
I remember you mentioned you wanted to keep the eyes from the Iron Cobra, but...
I did.
Yeah, I thought you did.
But did we already sell stuff since then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you sell them?
And she's just sitting there, it's like, oh, I can make it. Sudi, did you sell my gemstones?
Hang on. Let's see. Iron Cobra. No, actually, I wrote down that you took it. So.
Okay, cool. Yay!
We need to go back to the temple and hand over that cursed headband, the wedding ring, and
Absolutely not. My
the
ring.
wedding ring from the corpse.
Oh, the
that
wedding
we
ring, that's
found
fine.
in the room, and then the notes that we just took.
Right. Well, do we want to deal with that centipede on their way out as well?
Nope.
I'm low on magic, and everyone seems a bit bruised.
That centipede's fine.
Okay.
We're not coming back here.
Fair enough.
And nobody lives here. It's not like I have to worry about a child running into a pool or anything.
Well, I just didn't know if we wanted to be thorough in our cleaning up of things.
Nah.
It's a centipede. It's not undead. If anyone bothers it, that's their own misfortune.
Okay, fair enough. I guess we'll make our way out to the crypt, then go back into the house.
Side house and exit
And
through
then-
the front door.
Yep.
I'm going to do a lot of
Excuse me.
avoiding of the centipede.
You are still going to need to make a stealth check to do that.
Oh, wait, a
Jesus.
trap. Did we get experience?
No, it's actually a magic item and is not, in fact, a trap. Get the gold for the magic item, though.
Stealth. Wow,
Yeah.
I'm so stealthy. 26.
23?
29.
13.
Very well. You would all make your way out, slip out the front of the tomb, and begin stealthing your way as quietly as you can across the crunching sand and the grounds. The sun has risen in full and beats down on you as you make your way across the hot sand here. You would reach the blessed cool of the building without interruption,
Yay.
eyeing back in the direction of that sand pit.
I'm just saying it would have been really funny if Onuris had just finished saying it's their own misfortune and then he triggers the...
We were far enough away that I don't think as long as we don't bother it, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we get to the front gate and shut it, that there's the spirits were still haunting that, right?
The front door?
Yeah, the front gate.
Yes.
If I blast it with my last healing spell, do I think it might have enough positive energy to dismiss those spirits?
I will let you make me a knowledge religion. Sudi may as well.
20...
Well, I have a knowledge
20...
religion.
Anyone may make the knowledge
I
religion.
got a 15.
Don't have that.
On yours gets a 24.
Sudi gets a 7, so I have no idea.
Looking it over, that would temporarily stop it, but it is not going to get rid of the haunt.
All right.
You would, however, think
Fixing
you
the
do
door.
know a proper prayer for the dead.
Mm-hmm.
You do think that repairing this effectively in such a way as you could close and lock it, even if it's just you and Sagira using your strength to bend it back in shape, and maybe Sitra using her skill with devices to reset the pins and everything on the hinges to this gate. Then giving it a little bit of a sprinkling of holy water will probably do the trick.
Okay. Well, I think we did talk about fixing this door.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it back.
Do you have any holy water on you?
That's what I'm looking for. We should still try to get it back into shape and lock it. I do not have any holy water on me.
So we can't do anything right now.
Well, we can fix the gate. I mean, we passed those Pharasma guys. They might have some holy water on them.
What do you need to make holy water?
25 silver
Spell.
worth of powder and the spell, bless water.
Okay.
But we could certainly say, hey guys, do you have any holy water? We need to go sprinkle it on a gate.
That's true.
But first, let's do the hard work of bending this gate.
Yeah.
So what this is, it is going to be a disable device check from Sitra.
Okay.
The party may aid with either a disable device check or a strength check DC 10.
I'm gonna aid it is.
Strength.
I aid you.
I
I 8 as well.
So it'd be a disable device check with plus 6.
I'm going to take 10 and get a 26.
26? Yeah, it would take you about 30 minutes or so of them prying and pushing and you just kind of tugging until it would finally fall in place. The lock bent and didn't break, and so you're actually able to re-engage the lock at that point.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, I mean, it's closed and secured now. It just needs to be properly anointed with the right prayers and holy water, and then the spirits, at the very least, the spirits at this gate can finally rest.
We can, we'll talk to those guys.
If we see them on the way
The spire guys.
Voices of the Spire.
Yes. Those guys.
What time of day is it right now?
Hot.
It's approaching noon by the time that you're leaving now.
Oh, okay. So we have plenty of time to
What time
go
of
and
day?
come
It's
back.
hot.
That's every day in Osirian.
All right, so I suppose we'll head back out, and for the temple, we need to drop out. We need to give them the cursed headband, the wedding ring on the headless corpse that we found. It had a dedication in it, so they might actually be able to find the guy's wife.
The description that we gave
The
of
description
the crypt.
and get our next site for tomorrow, and then Onuris needs to see if they can cast remove disease because apparently I have the plague of madness. So,
Are they going to give us anything for those things we're giving them?
Yeah, they promised you a reward. They didn't specify what the
Yeah, we
reward
don't know how
was.
much it
but
is.
Well, I mean, for the headband and the ring.
the headband needs to
they'll pay
be
you for that.
restored,
Okay.
destroyed. I mean, because it is going to turn people into undead monstrosities.
Well, they're going to pay us for it, and that's all that I care about. Also, we tell those voice of the spire guys that
About do we see any of them on the way out?
Making your way out, you would wind back through the noble section, making your way back through the city streets before beginning to approach the gate heading out. Sudi, I imagine, would kind of keep an eye out. You're still not sure about that black cloak figure you saw before, whether or not that was some sort of illusionary power or something that was used before, or
Whether it was actually somebody.
actually a person out here. You don't, however, see anyone, and you can all make your way out into the proper portion of the City of the Dead, probably heading back in the direction now of where the Voices of the Spire were trying to cordon off that section of undead from the rest of the explorers here, as it is ghoul heavy. I will need a perception roll from the party.
Sagira gets an 18.
Another perfect.
Oh, wait! We're in the urban environment.
That is true.
20.
Another perfect 20 for a 28.
Citra gets a 19.
Onuris gets a 17.
Very well. As you would wind your way, all of you would exit from the noble section of the city, make your way down the path as the noble section of the city is actually set atop a hill, and begin to make your way through the old city. You get some distance. You think you're probably halfway to where the Voices of the Spire were previously, before you catch a smell on the wind. The air would shift and bring with it the coppery smell of blood.
Oh, man.
And distantly, Sudi, you hear the sound of voices. People talking. Somewhere down a street off towards your right-hand side, closer to what appears to be an old stable that you can see. Even from here, narrowing your eyes, you think you can see the edge of a shadow from around the corner of said stable, which seems to be where the voices are coming from. That smell of blood, however, is thick.
I think somebody's hurt over there. We need to move quickly and quietly.
Okay,
And you're just like, I can't move quickly or quietly.
we can go and see if it's someone in need of help. It could be any number of things.
Yes, but the scent of blood is too thick. It's a lot of people.
I'll let you go ahead, and I'll slowly be coming behind.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to stealth.
So those of us with a 30 plus movement speed I guess we'll stealth.
Very well. So Onuris kind of hangs back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to move a little bit closer, but hopefully not so close as I think those people might be able to hear me.
The easiest way to do this, mechanically speaking, is who out of Sitra, Sagira, and Sudi have the lowest stealth score?
I have a +4.
I have a 6.
I have a 10.
So it's me.
Okay. And Onuris' stealth score is a...
-4.
-4. So if you stay 80 feet behind Sudi, you would effectively have the same stealth score that Sudi does.
Okay, that sounds good. It's
So-
going to take me a long time to get up there if combat breaks out. But
Well, you could quadruple move and close
Yeah.
the 80 feet, so you're pretty much
Yeah.
a round outside of combat right now. So, all right. So stealth rolls for the rest of the party.
I get a 23.
I get an 18.
I get a 22.
All right.
Weapons out.
Shink.
You
Oh.
would slink your way forward. The stable building seems like it has seen much better days. Even as you begin to approach, though, you can see blood splatter across the side of the building. A couple of drag marks, as if someone was dragged back and then around the corner as you begin to approach, as well as a shocking number of prints in the ground here. Footprints scattered around, seemingly almost at random, as well as some prints of maybe what are animals, although without Sagira actually taking the time to make a survival check.
Yeah,
You can't tell exactly what they are. Sitra, I think, being the stealthiest in the party, would probably take point. Making your way forward and poking your head around the corner, you would see a strange sight. 8 bodies lay sprawled across this rather spacious alleyway. From one side to the other, you kind of consider it to be a side street, really, maybe 20 feet across. 2 of these bodies are horses. The other 6 bodies are men and women, splattered and viciously struck down. 3 figures would stand, well, technically, 3 figures would occupy the alley that are not splayed out. One appears to be you're going to guess a younger man, wearing what look to be robes of some sort of wizard or such, and he seems to be glancing around nervously up and down the alley. You would be able to duck your head back out of the way before he glances back in your direction, before poking your head out again to see. A second man wears what appear to be priestly vestments wrapped around him and seems to be leaning over another one of the bodies, saying something.
What priest?
From your direction, the Batman's back's turned to you. You can't entirely tell. You can just tell that he seems to be wearing some sort of priest robe and what appear to be brilliantly golden scale mail armor, as well as a conical metallic hat or helmet. The third figure you would recognize. The woman would step up, adjusting her wide-brimmed hat as she would glance over the bodies, the wind whipping down the passage and causing Velriana's cloak to billow out behind her.
Sitra looks back and holds up a 3 and then pantomimes the hat as one of them.
You may make a bluff check to attempt to pass the secret message.
Not that hard, right? 12?
No, your companions don't really understand. You're doing this, like...
I understand 3.
Yeah, you understand the gesture for 3, but you have no idea what the one. It's a halo. It's an angel. You're not sure.
Sudi basically just makes the go motion.
Before you can respond, though, you would just kind of gesture. I suppose Sudi would kind of make a motion past maybe the light coming down and causing your shadow to cast around the edge of this building. You would hear a shout come from the younger man that you'd seen, and as you glance back around the corner, you can see he's now facing the corner as the man would dramatically billow out his robes, pull forth a wand, and point in that direction. Who the hell's is there?
Sagira's just gonna walk out.
Yeah, since the rest of the party's starting to walk out, Onuris will jog up.
Yeah, you would hear the shout from the back. So.
I guess Sagira's gonna step out and be like, hey, we smelled blood. Do you need help?
Help?
There's 6 dead bodies here.
Who in the hells are all of you?
She knows us. I point at the lady with the hat. Well, she
She
knows
would
me.
narrow her eyes. The other man, this boy seems to be, you're going to guess Osiriani in descent, as he looks to be very Osiriani, and he's addressing all of you in
Yeah, I'm like, I
Osiriani.
hope he is, because I don't speak common.
I do.
The man behind him seems to be much more of a southern or western Gurundi, maybe a Gurundi-Mwangi mix. The tall man would stand up towards his feet, turning, the holy symbol of Nethys prominent on his chest across his scale mail. He would hold up a hand, his hands kind of gesturing, showing that he's not currently armed. Velriana would narrow her eyes, looking over all of you, before looking back towards the bodies.
Has Onuris reached the alleyway at this point?
On Uris, you would make your way. You basically begin to approach the alleyway and round. All of you can actually go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
I was wondering about sense motive, too.
Can I make the wisdom check?
Yes.
I only get a 6.
18 for Sudi.
I'm still on a minus, so I only got a 9.
Onuris gets a 20.
Cool. Sudi, you would have probably this suspicion the moment you kind of glance down towards them. On Eurus, you would as you begin to approach. Not really a suspicion about them, but you know that the Scorch Hand are 4.
Mm-hmm.
As your ear would be kind of swiveling back and forth, you know that they had a swordswoman with them. But the tall, dark-skinned man would make his way forward, offering all of you a smile with dazzling white teeth.
Can I sense motive?
Peace, friends, peace.
Yeah, I would also like to sense motive.
You may make a sense motive if you so wish.
So much motive sensing.
Only 13 for
18?
Citra.
Sudi gets 16.
Eurus gets a 21.
Citra, you're not entirely positive what's going on here. This whole scene is making you rather uncomfortable. Probably in the back of your mind, also keeping in mind on Eurus's mention of being out of healing.
Yeah.
The rest of the group, they seem to be pretty much as suspicious of all of you as you are of them. They don't have that air of being caught in the act, murdering these people or something, so much as being immediately suspicious that all of you are responsible. The Nethian priest would just kind of make his way forward, smiling. Peace, peace.
What's he speaking in?
Siriani, since that's what everyone's been speaking up until this point.
I don't know if it's appropriate to smile that much around this much blood.
It is what it is.
What happened to you?
I am Kelro.
Good for you. What happened?
We were wondering. We found these people here. Valeriana would glance around. We were coming back from our own exploration.
Are these dead bodies, are they adventurers? Or are they like common people? Or
First off, the party may make a sense motive. Second off, on yours may make a perception roll.
Wow, perfect 20 on that sense motive. 24.
I get a 16 again.
on Eurus gets a 21 on the sense motive and a 20 on the perception.
Citra gets a 23 for her sense motive.
Bro. Sudi, you're still pretty much distracted by there should be 4 here, glancing back and around. All of you can tell that you don't think that she's lying about coming across this. You do think she's lying about coming back from her exploration, all at the very least being evasive.
She's looking for that thing, that place.
Yeah, she's looking for the place
Looking
she wants.
over the bodies, all you can really tell is, first off, they've been stripped of their gear. Secondly, they are not wearing the garb of guardsmen or members of the Church of Pharasma. After that, it's difficult to tell. It looks to be 3 humans, what's maybe a half-elf, as well as 2 dwarves. You don't remember an adventuring group like that, but there are a lot of them. Let us calm things down.
What happened
Azaz, please, lower the wand.
What happened to the 4th member of your party? You were 4, yes?
She's nearby, I'm sure.
It's not really leading things towards a peaceful resolution if you have someone skulking in the shadows, now is it?
Dory works better alone. She is keeping an eye out for us.
While you search for this location that you want to plunder, rather than doing what you're supposed to be doing.
He would narrow his eyes. My friend, there's no need to be so accusatory. We were simply on our way back from exploring our site.
I'm sure.
It was an uneventful exploration. No, I think we should all just lower the wand. He would gesture towards the boy, who had eye black towards all of you before lowering his wand. He would still kind of puff his chest up and try to make himself look intimidating, although he looks to be a street waif that has recently learned magic. You're not entirely positive, or at the very least more of a scholar than any sort of warrior.
Citra blatantly rolls her eyes at him.
We all just are like, idiot.
So you are not responsible, and we are not responsible. I'm going to guess that this is just another case of adventurers turning on one another.
How are they killed?
From what I could tell, it looks like they were mostly killed with curved blades. Locals, probably. Kopesh, maybe Scimitar. It is difficult to tell exactly. You may, of course, inspect the bodies yourself, although why they killed the horses I cannot be certain. That seems to be curious. We should leave you to yours. Valeriana would adjust her hat. If you wish to look into this further, you may.
I don't think we need your permission.
I don't think I like your tone. The boy would step forward.
Kid?
Oh, sit down.
Do you have any idea who you're dealing with?
Do you have any idea who you're dealing with?
Obviously, you're just a bunch of clowns making your way in here. We, however, have the man behind him would step forward. Azaz, please, let me handle this.
Oh, was your pet about to reveal something you didn't want him to?
Sense
Why
motive.
this hostility?
Oh, wow. 23 to sense motive on this. Basically his reaction to her comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a 24 sense motive, yeah.
Sudi gets a 21.
What are you sense motiving on?
Just his reaction to her comment about the pet.
And this kid, why is he so pissed off?
First off, Kelru's reaction seems to be more of just amusement at the pet comment. You can just kind of catch, especially from the way that he firmly but gently grabs the boy and talks to him a moment, that there's some sort of relationship there, more than just adventuring partners. The boy, on the other hand, you don't get the feeling that he actually means his bluster, almost so much as he's in front of the boss, Valeriano, who's behind him and seems to just be like, aha, I'm big and intimidating and everything else. You both get the impression that he's probably not much of a wizard. And judging by the fact that she is probably also a wizard, it's kind of that redundant position of maybe she's his mentor, but judging by the fact that she seems to pay him very little heed, you doubt that's even the case. So where are all of you coming from, if I may ask?
Why is that any of your business? Especially since you're not sharing where you've been.
We just came from our second sight.
Yeah, so you say.
Yeah, so did we.
Well, I see that we have all done well for ourselves. I believe some of you are staying at the Tooth and Hookah, yes? We are as well. Perhaps I could treat you all to a drink this evening. Smooth things over. There's no reason for us to be so inhospitable to each other. Nethys provides protection for our group. And perhaps we could aid you some if there is some need that you have. You, brother, seem to be a fellow man of the cloth. Are you the only one blessed in your group?
With divine magic.
So if you need a little more help with your lack of magic...
I think I have it covered.
Yeah, we're good.
Presumptuous.
All of you may make a perception roll.
The lady
He's
is
buying
sneaking up on
time
us.
for that lady to sneak up on us. I'm calling it.
That wasn't great. 19.
Sudi gets a 26.
Citra only gets a 14.
On yours gets a 19.
You would all be aware as a woman would drop down from the roof of the building and thunk down into the ground a few feet away from all of you. Probably enough to startle you, and I don't think any of you have sheathed your weapons up until this point anyway, as everyone's just kind of tensely standing off. The woman in question is a probably mixed Garundi and Elven heritage. A beautiful dark-skinned woman with a long braid of black hair which falls down her back and ends in a gold cap, wearing what appears to be leather armor and hefting a kukri in one hand, carrying what seems to be a chakram in her opposite. She wouldn't seem to pay any attention to all of you, other than giving you just kind of a curt nod in almost more of a professional manner. We need to move, now. She would turn, beginning to make her way past all of you. Distantly, you would hear the sound of movement, steps approaching. Valeriano would glance back down the other direction of the alleyway, before you'd see the first shadows of what appear to be the skeletal remains of some sort of creature stumbling out from around the corners. As you would turn back, as all of you are still standing at the mouth of the alley, you can see another trio of them beginning to approach from the opposite direction. That doesn't appear to be an option. Well, friends. He would heft his own sword, pulling it free, I suppose, as all of you would turn back. And I will need initiative from the party next episode.
I don't like these people.
Thank you guys for listening. Come back and check in with us again as we continue Mummy's Mask.